Hey, 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 all my beautiful souls. It's Kristen Lee, aka Super K, coming to you today on this beautiful day. I'm hanging out on my hammock out by the pool, just getting some sun, and wanted to come to you guys today on sharing with you something that has been such a beautiful vision that I received, and know it was from the Lord because it is just full of love and light, and wanted to share it with you guys where, you know, we talk about and see what's going on in this world. And there's a lot of things that if you turn on mass media, you will see lots of fear-driven messages, okay? It is fear-based of lockdowns, shutdowns, this and that, and COVID, blah, 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 whatever. We need to work together to be the change we want to see in this world. And I want to dig deeper into what that means, because many times we don't realize the effect we have on the whole of humanity. And it's really a shift that is happening where, you know, we hear God gave us everything within us that we need, and we're always looking outside of ourselves for what we can get to change for us to make this change. And I want to take a moment to help you discover how to be the change that we want to see in this world. We all want to live in harmony with love and compassion and kindness with each other, and truly live what God wanted us to love our neighbors as ourselves. But guys, if we're going to be 110% honest with ourselves, I want you to go in, close your eyes, and ask yourself, do I truly love me? Now, what may be going on in your head is, yeah, after you lose a little weight, after you make more money, after you pay off debt, I'll love myself more. That is not, that's of this external world. What we need to do is, they say you don't get what you want. You get what you attract. What you are. You get what you are is what you attract. So if you want, you're going to get what you are. Now, what does that mean? What you are is on a vibrational, energetic level. So to understand that more, it's what are you feeling? Because a feeling is a sensation in your heart. Your heart is the gateway to everything. The kingdom of God is within, and it's in your heart is where the gift is delivered, and our heart has an electric magnetic frequency, okay? It creates a field. Now, our thoughts, they say thoughts become things. It's because that is a frequency of a vibration. Now, like attracts like. So what you're sending out, if you pay attention to your day, is what you're getting back. If you start your day with love and compassion for yourself and others, and how do we do this? We just quiet our mind. We give love to ourselves. And I have to say, probably 99%, we don't truly love ourselves. We're always looking in the mirror or looking at someone else and wishing we had what they had, or dealing with things. And I'm not saying life is perfect, but it's our perception of how we view a situation. Our perception is everything. So we need to become more aware of what we're seeing, becoming conscious in the now of what we are experiencing, because what we experience correlates with our internal energy and vibration we're sending out. Now, we have this energy field around us that we can't see, our life force energy, and it has energy measured in joules. Now, I have a machine, a biowell scanner, that scans my energy field to let me know how much energy I have in. It's kind of like a battery. We are high-end technology, like a battery. Now, if we come in contact with someone that is aggressive, angry, resentful, and we are communicating with them and feeding into that low vibrational energy, they're actually stealing our life force. They're draining our battery, our internal battery. And many times you will realize that you feel drained and tired after leaving their presence. Now, this is a real phenomenon that has not been taught to us ever, but science has been able to track and show this is real. So what we need to do to be the change in this world is every day before we start our day is know thyself. Okay, we must know thyself. And what does that mean in a sense? It means know how you're vibrating. What are you emanating? Are you emanating love and compassion from your heart? Are you emanating frustration and resentment, anger? What is it that you are going out into this world as? Because our energy actually can be connected to others. When we go to the grocery store and when we, walk somewhere, we go, ooh, I just felt this weird. I don't know if any of you guys are sensitive to this, where you may feel someone's sadness or anger, and you just feel it in your bones. You're like, ooh, there's some tension in this room. This is our gift. And when we become aware of how we walk out into this world, as within, so without. So when we start our day with gratitude, love, compassion, not only for others, but for ourselves. Self-love is so important. Self-care is so important. This is what we can do as our part every day. We need to be the change. Because if we all make this our mission every day to give ourselves 15 minutes before we set foot out our door and sit and quiet our mind and just feel love for others, non-romantic love, okay? We've been taught love is a romantic love. It is not just romantic. It's having compassion and kindness, using our heart, speaking from our heart rather than our head. And when we go into our heart, things come out more genuine with purpose and connection. Our hearts is what connects us all. When they say we're all connected, hello everybody, great to see you. It is our heart connection. Everything has a heartbeat, even this planet. And when we can synchronize our hearts for the moment and feel it in an elevated state of emotion, we are actually helping the planet as a whole connect to this invisible quantum field that is of energy, of God. And things can shift. So if we do our part and we go out with loving vibrations, I want you to try it and notice how your day unfolds. Because as within, if you are in peace and gratitude and love and you go out into this world with a smile, wear that gratitude, wear that joy. Because one thing that's contagious is a laugh and smile. And serve others, okay? When we serve others 51% of the time, and we're not just all about self. Yes, self-care is important, but when we can serve, and that doesn't mean having to give just monetary serving. It's giving of your time, your energy, your ear, a smile, holding the door, doing a kind act, picking up trash. Do something to serve humanity, the planet, animals. Do something of kindness from your heart without reciprocity, meaning you're not looking for anything in return. That is truly giving from the heart. Now, when we start doing that for others, it's going to come back because like attracts like. And right now, guys, a lot of people are going through hard times. This world is at hey, great to see you. It is at a pivotal moment. And I'm not sure if you guys have even thought about this, but I heard someone out back. I'm going to check, see what's going on here. Nope, we're good. We are here on this planet because we chose to. We knew what we signed up for. We knew what we could handle. And we came back in another life. We have many lives that we live. Our soul is eternal, okay? And we just go into another vessel. And every person on this planet, we agreed to come here for this change. We agreed to show up and conquer because we knew that we had that heart space that we forgot. Because when we come here, we agreed to forget our purpose, why we came here. And the reason we came here came to me and was shown to me is to learn how to love one another and live in harmony. Because this planet over and over again, generation after generation, we're reliving history. We're repeating the issues, and they're getting deeper and deeper and deeper, where now they're not just affecting the elderly or the adults, they're affecting our children, because children are so susceptible to our energy and vibration in ways that we are just realizing. your anger and frustration is setting off this vibration that is lowering their vibration. They're such susceptible beings. That's why they have a higher consciousness than us. And the Bible even says you need to have childlike wonder. We need to get ourselves in that joyful bliss state. No matter what the external conditions are, we are trying to control our lives in everything. If something happens, we try to plan and figure out, how am I going to fix this? How am I going to fix this? Rather than letting go and letting God, okay? And, you know, it's a crazy realization that we do try to control everything. We try to control our finances, our life, our day, and sometimes life tries to control us by dictating where we have to be at what time. And you know what? When we show up for those things, rather than being like, oh, I got to show up for work again, show up and go, thank you, God, for this beautiful day. I set God before me to guide and guard, to prosper and protect me, and show me where I can serve your greatest will. And it's all in our hearts. When we can show ourselves loving and passion before we start our day, we are going to make ourselves that frequency and vibration to connect to those who need us. And what do I mean by that? You may be going about your day and all of a sudden you get a thought of a person in your head. When you get that thought, reach out to them, message them, text them, call them and say, hey, you've been on my mind. I've done that 5 times this week. I'm not going to lie. Every person said, OMG, you have been on my mind too. Like, how did you pick this up? And I joke and I say, oh, it was my telepaphone. I pay attention to every thought that comes in and out of my brain, because if you let your mind just work willy-nilly, it's like an orchestra without a conductor, and you just let that thought process go through the day without being aware of what thoughts are coming in and out. It is literally an orchestra without the conductor, and that is dangerous because, guys, our thoughts become things. The more we act in fear, the more we are going to create that in our field, and it's going to go out into the world. And right now, we have 7 billion people in this world that are being shown disaster, grief, pain, potential things to cause us to fear. Well, one thing that came to me this week was, you know, I kept hearing God's message of, I feed the birds of the air and the fish of the sea. What makes you think you are less than, right? And this change that we are going through in this moment of time, it can be scary if you let it and you don't know the true of your nature. God put us here as creators to create so he could live and experience life through us. And fear is of the devil. It is a negative energy that drags us down. Fear is the lowest vibration on the scale of emotional frequency, and we need to now get above that. Okay, right now our planet, if you follow David Hawkins' Power versus Force, he has found that we as a whole vibrate at a frequency of 200, which is in pride. Pride sounds okay, but pride is not good. That's where the greed comes from, the pride and arrogance and power. And we're coming into a more feminine world now where we want to raise that vibration. And where does that vibration come from? Our heart. Our heart is where the love vibration comes from, which is a frequency of 500. When we can get enough people to walk out every day conscious of their thoughts and their emotions, emanating love to all and to themselves, watch the change that is going to happen on our planet, okay? We have so many talents and skills that we are hiding because of the fear, right? We are holding on to these gifts going, oh my gosh, I'm awakening to this beautiful gift, but, you know, I've been in this corporate world my whole life. Like, it would be crazy. My family would think I was nuts to just jump ship and try to do something else. Well, here's a beautiful thing. You don't have to just jump ship, but work on your gift and talent and skills as a hobby. Don't hide that light under a bushel. Oh no, let it shine and use those gifts as a hobby. You know, maybe if whatever it is, try to find people to serve with that gift and start getting feedback, get testimonials, and then eventually turn that hobby into your life purpose, and maybe that job into the hobby if you enjoy what you do for work. But find a way to shift, because we are really in a huge transformative shift right now. This shift is real. The energy on this planet needs to shift, and it's our duty, each one of us, to take responsibility for ourselves. And when we do that, that is when the change will happen, guys. I'm telling you, if we can all find 15 minutes before we step outside, just sit in silence and ask your heart to show you the beauty behind the mess that is out there. And I promise you, if you continuously do this in 30 days, you'll be given these, what I call downloads, of how to go out into this world and serve just being you. We are meant to not be workers and doers and hustlers like the old energy of previous years was, oh, hustle, work hard, and you'll get it, you'll get it. Well, let me ask you, how many of you have hustled so hard and feel like you've gotten nowhere? Because hustle is a force energy, not your power. We need to step into our power and remember who we are. Knowing thyself is the most powerful thing, and we are powerful beings to co-create reality on this planet when we focus in on the heart. This heart is so powerful. Science is just digging in. The Heart Math Institute, if you've never heard of them, Google them and watch all of the powerful things they've done. I did a 3-hour meditation with the Heart Math Institute, and it was with spoon bending and showing the power of the heart, how it can melt or soften the metal to bend the spoon with no force. Like literally, not like, oh, I'm strong, no force. I was able to twist a spoon on the last 10 seconds of those 3 hours. I bent spoons and I was like, okay, yeah, spoon bending, whoop-de-doo. If I can twist this, then I'm impressed. And I felt the spoon and it was getting hot on my fingertips. So warm. I was like, wow, this isn't a normal heat. And it was coming from my heart, because you hold the spoon in front of your heart and you just send love, feel love. Think of what you love and just build that energy up, and it twists. And I was blown away. I went, oh my gosh. My husband walked in to say bye as he was going to work, and he goes, what are you doing? I said, I don't know. I just twisted the spoon. He goes, how? I said, with my heart energy. And he goes, wow, Kristen, this is insane. I said, no kidding. So guys, just know, I want you guys, and this is the purpose of my Heart and Soul Project nonprofit that I'm starting. I want to help people understand the power of their heart, that it is no joke. This heart, when we unlock our hearts, and I'm going to go and get a picture that is in my meditation room that spoke to me years ago, and my grandmother just recently passed at 90, and this picture was in her house for years. It came in the mail, and it spoke to me, and it speaks more now than ever. And I want to show you guys and see if you see that it does the same thing, because it is so beautiful to look at this message. Don't mind my closet. So beautiful. So here, this is the picture of Jesus that I love. Now, you can see the halo around his head. To me, that resembles the quantum field. When you start learning about sacred geometry, that is exactly what that is. It's emanating truth and divine nature from our Creator, and being able to take that information in. This is how we get our downloads. And look at the heart. This is so beautiful. The heart has thorns around it, but look at the light. We need to create more energy in our heart. And the cross above and the fire and the flame, I read in a book where it said when humanity rediscovers fire, that's when transformation will truly happen. And then I also have this picture of Mary that was at her house too. And look, it's the same heart. There's a message here, guys. Like, this is truth. We need to focus on our heart. And here's Jesus again. This is a sign, a symbol, a answer. It's showing focus on the heart. The heart is the healer. The heart heals everything. When people, and if you look, most people are dying from cardiovascular issues, heart issues. Why? Because we've closed our hearts. We've become so jaded and hardened in the heart that we are starting to live for self rather than serving for others. We're finding that it's harder, I don't want to say this, many people are finding it's harder to open their hearts to people because they've been hurt so much and so jaded. But what it takes to change others is changing ourselves. And that is your vibration, your frequency, your energy. And there's multiple ways to do this. Meditation's one. Breath work is ginormous, because breathing in prana, life, that's what keeps us going. Breathing in and I do a fire breath, Tibetan breathing technique I do every day. And It's where you breathe in and out and you're like, and you can do it through your nose or your mouth. And then you hold your breath. After you do that for about 2 minutes, hold your breath as long as you can, and then let it out and hold it even though you have no air in. And you do this for 15 minutes, and it generates energy through your body. It feeds your cells, your blood, your white blood cells will thank you, and it reverses aging. We need to clean our vessels of emotional baggage. Okay, guys, this is the key here, is we're not supposed to suppress these emotions, because many times we go, well, my heart hurts. Like, forgiveness is the only way to get your heart to radiate and emanate the frequency of love that is of healing power, like Jesus did. And it says, you can do these things as I can and greater. And it's through the heart. Those photos of Jesus and Mary, it's showing us our heart is where we are missing it. And I heard a parable where, when God created man, he's like, oh, where can I hide the treasure, the true gift, their power? And the disciples were like, well, why don't you hide it on top of the mountain? He's like, no, that's way too easy. They'll find it there. And then they go, well, what about hide it under the sea? It'll take them a while to find that. And he's like, God's like, nope, that's still too easy. Like, no, I know. And the disciples like, what? And he's like, I am going to hide it in the last place they will ever look. I'm going to hide it in their hearts. And the Bible says the kingdom of God is within. And it's within our hearts that our soul is yearning for us to become aware of who and what we are. And we are distracted by everything outside of us. And it's on purpose. It's not for our good. And we need to be that change to beat out the evil. And we can all do this. This is our power. This is our gift, is coming to the heart. So one, heart-focused meditation. Just sit there quietly and put your consciousness, close your eyes, and imagine your eyes on your heart. And breathe in through your nose as if you're filling your heart. Focus on that air going into your heart. Hold it there. And feel the heart start to palpitating as you're holding your breath. And just send love to your heart. And you're breathing in the future. And as you let out the past. We need to let go of the past. The past is like a rearview mirror of a car. It's small because we're not supposed to focus on that. We're supposed to focus on the windshield of what's ahead of us. And if we want peace, joy, love, and harmony, as I'm sure every single one of you guys watching this wants for one another, we have to be the change we want to see. And it's as easy and simple as focusing on our heart and sending compassion and love to those that anger us. And if you are so resentful to someone, visualize them in a pink orb and send love to that orb. Because, guys, if we're sending negative thoughts to people, guess what? It's like a boomerang. Scientists figured it's a boomerang. Your thought, what goes out, comes back to you. So if you're sending negative words or whatever, you're sending that to come back to you some other way through someone else. And the law does not care who you are or what you are. It just does what it is set up to do. And that is like attracts like. Thoughts become things. Send out beautiful thoughts. Watch those beautiful things come in. It is so powerful to start your day thanking the day and being grateful that you opened your eyes. If that's all you have the strength to do right now, because, guys, I'm not going to lie, there is muck in this field, okay? I just got out of the muck. I'm not going to lie, I was in the muck for a few months, and I pushed through it by forgiving myself for allowing it to get so deep in me where I felt like, I feel like it's hard to get that energy up. I forgave myself and said, you know what? It's your time to feel this emotion and let it be. Every emotion is good. And this is something we've never been taught in school, that emotional intelligence is our key to unlock everything available to us. When God says that abundance is ours, we have dominion over the land. Well, it's only what you can perceive. And too many times we have been brought down in our perception and are scared and told that the power is outside of us. The power is within us, and we, with our thoughts and our heart, can create anything. Because I'm going to tell you guys something really profound. Our subconscious mind cannot tell the difference if it's imaginative or it's already happened. So if we imagine, visualization is a doorway to open up your desires. Because if you have a desire, that means it's already in the field, because you would not have been able to pick up that thought from the quantum field if it was not already yours. Our job is to now let that thought, plant that seed of thought, and nurture it with love, okay? We have to sow these seeds. So like a farmer plants the corn seed, he's not going to pick it out every day. Oh, it's starting to rain. Beautiful. I love it. He's not going to go and dig up the seed every day and go, has it grown? No, not today. You're disturbing God's work. God makes everything grow. You plant it and you watch it grow. And how do we feed that seed? We must feed it with love, gratitude, compassion, and joy. And saying affirmations to ourselves hearing our own voice say things to ourselves is the second most important voice that we can hear. When you really get in tune with yourself, the first voice that you hear is the most important is God. And the second is you. And God can come in so many different ways. It could be, a download and like hearing something in your head. It's a thought. It's yours. It's not like you're literally hearing a man going, oh. No, it's a thought that came from the quantum that was gifted to you. It was planted there on purpose. Nothing is by accident. Everything is divinely. And if we can pay attention and be aware of every moment, and that's why they say live in the now, you will notice these beautiful signs. Maybe you see angel numbers. What are those? If you see 111, 222, 333, 1122, there's so many angel numbers, and those are signs that people go, oh yeah, you're just trying to connect it to something. That's woo-woo. If you can't open your heart to just go, you know what? Even if it is, that's a beautiful thing. I noticed it. Oh my gosh, I'm going to take it as, it's a sign. I'm going to take it as if I have angels guiding me. What can it hurt to just open your mind a little bit and go, you know what? If it is, it is. If it's not, it's not. But at least it makes me feel good in the moment to go, all right, that's a sign. Oh, I've got angels with me. All you need is faith the size of a mustard seed. Give it a little bit of faith and going, what is it going to hurt to even consider that an option to be truth? Just give it a try on. It can't hurt you. It can only accelerate you to your true power. We need to become more spiritual beings, not just by reading the Bible and showing up to church. We need to live it. We need to dig deeper than just hearing it as a historical book, but look at the symbols, the parables, and read the message and see what was it that Jesus was doing. He was seeing people as well, not as sick and going, I'm going to heal you. Oh, I'm going to heal your eyes. He saw them as already whole and complete. We need to start doing that for ourselves rather than if someone gives us a bad diagnosis of something. Don't let that fear. Those words are strong. Our words are our wand. Okay. And it's funny. I was talking to my girlfriend the other day and she was like, oh my gosh, is that why they call them spelling words? It's kind of like a spell. And I said, honestly, we have never been taught how powerful our words are. When we say something that's negative, yeah, we're going to get that back. If we tell ourselves we're not capable, yes, we're not capable. What you say you are is what you are. If you believe you can or you can't, you are right, because that's what will manifest in this world. Everything is energy. Okay. And one thing I notice a lot of people are dealing with, a lot of my community, they're dealing with financial fear, okay? Financial worries because of the unknown of what's going out there. And I want to help you through this because it is an energetic block. It is a taught and programmed behavior as a young age. Depending on how old you are, you may have grown up in the depression. You may have grown up, at a time where money was tight and your family said, oh, we don't have money for that. It's not easy. Money doesn't grow on trees, and, making you fear that there is not enough. And that gets programmed in us and it stays with us. And it could be generational. You may not have known where it came from. But what we need to understand is money is energy. We, humans, give it power, okay? We need to be in control of that money, not let that money control us, because then we're giving our power away to a piece of paper, okay? And money does grow on trees because it's made of trees, and it is a energy. So yes, in a sense, it does, but how we view money is how it will respond to us, okay? What frequency are we sending out? Instead of going, oh, I need, change that to money needs me, because it's true. Money needs us to be of any value. If there was no human on this planet, tell me, what is that money good for? Absolutely nothing. These animals can't take that money to the store and buy themselves food. No, it's human beings. We are the intelligence, the technology that turns that cash into value. It's only our perception of what that money does and what people tell us that money does. So instead of saying, you know, I need this for that, say, money needs me in order to get that. So you know what? Money, come my way. I love you and you love me. So let's live in harmony and get to work and start sowing. And on the note of sowing, we must sow. And this is something that a dear friend of mine who passed August 6th, Edward Rourke, he taught me this. And he told me that when he became a millionaire, and he just recently passed, and he said, you know, when I was a millionaire, I had a gathering at my house in Key West and brought all my billionaire friends. And I asked him, what is the one thing that you can contribute to your jump from millionaire to billionaire? And they all had the same answer, is sowing seeds financially to bless others and know that it will come back to me divinely, and that money will go out and do good and come back tenfold. It is a law. All right, the Bible states this. It is a law, and it is an undeniable law. So I tested this out because I said, well, you're telling me this. All right, well, I'm listening to a billionaire, and they say if you want to learn from someone who's already done it. So I said, Edward, you're a billionaire. I'm gonna take this information, and I'm going to put this to work. Well, guess what, guys? The second I started sowing seeds to those that came to me in need, or I felt, and the key is you can't give it grudgingly, going, oh, fine, here you go. You need to give it with your heart. Your heart is what magnetizes that money to sow more seeds and bring it back tenfold. You have to give it with an open, loving, caring heart. These are secrets we've never been taught, but our heart can activate this invisible force field to bring the abundance in out of people's lives. And we have to sow those seeds. So if we're holding hostage our money and we're not sowing it for good, and it's sitting in the bank, it's not doing us any good. Follow this law, the 10% law that is written, and know that when you give and you sow that seed with love and you nurture it and send it out, every time I pay for anything, I say, thank you, thank you, thank you for blessing me to bless others for what I am purchasing right now. Whether I'm going out to eat or buying something, I send love. I learned it's called arigato money, which means happy money. And when you spend happily rather than going, oh, I had to spend more money. Oh, well, you're now feeling and sending out a negative vibe for that money to not be sown. Imagine if you're pouring, you know, toxic water on those plants. We're sowing the seed, and that seed is now toxic water of a low vibration. How fast do you think it's going to grow? It's probably going to die before it gets to send it to you tenfold. So truly, guys, these are little hidden nuggets that I've picked up over the 2 years of listening and reading books and studying and watching science and testing myself to see the beauty. And one book was Feeling is the Secret by Neville Goddard. If you guys want to YouTube it, you can find it for free. And then Your Word is Your Wand. There's another one. And there's so many books. How to Play the Game of Life and How to Play It is another beautiful one. You can just search it on YouTube and listen to it. You will get so many nuggets to realize that the Bible is telling us something that many are reading on surface level, and I did for years. And until I started reading it with an open heart, it's showing me the beautiful gifts that we have to give each other, and that we are given everything we need. And this change that's coming that we're put into fear for, just know I am being shown the most beautiful end. You know, people are going, oh my gosh, food shortage, food shortage. Well, guess what? I saw the most beautiful blessing of, you know what? It's getting us out of grocery stores where there's a lot of food that's actually killing us with these GMOs and toxic chemicals, Red 40 that they're trying to ban, and all of these toxins that are in the inner part of the grocery store, in our food, they're actually now grinding up bugs, crickets, and everything. They're able to put these in our food, okay? It's in those Kinder eggs. If you look and you look up some of the ingredients, they changed the name to sound good. It's actually ground crickets. It blew my mind, and I was like, whoa, we're not paying attention to what's out there. And this is going to cause people to start creating gardens, backyard gardens, you know, those freedom farms that people used to put in their yard, and grow their own organic food with high vibrational energy to go from the garden to the table. And it's going to help us as a whole to learn how to share as a neighbor. Love your neighbor as yourself. I have this beautiful vision of people creating these gardens in their backyard. And yes, maybe you don't have a big area, but you've got enough for a little window pot of something, and you grow something, and your neighbors grow something, and you grow and you share the food. So now you're getting to love your neighbor as yourself. And these are the most beautiful things that are being bestowed upon us in a way to help God bring us to the point of harmony. Because I don't know how many people truly know their neighbor, rather than just a wave as you're driving away. How many have had a connection or talk, had each other over for tea or a glass of wine or whatever it is? Not many. And it's time that we become together as one, as a community, and understand that we have problems and so do others. But if we share our loving energy, we actually can work through each other's problems just by the vibration and energy of love, where it will awaken us to go, wow, my life is not so bad. I have more energy to serve because I am blessed, and see those blessings in our day. But guys, it's going to take you and me and 1% of the population, they've calculated, to find and work every day with our hearts to raise the vibration as a planetary whole. This is going to be necessary to break the chains of this low vibration and literally shift the energy on the planet. And I'm asking you to just, for a moment every day before you step out, do it for you. And then also know that what you're doing for you, that self-care of that 15 minutes of just quieting your mind and focusing and breathing through your heart, is actually helping the planet as a whole. And when you step out that day, you're going to notice in 30 days, if you do this consistently, and you know what, the reason why it's not done is because people find it work to sit quiet and not be busy, because we've been trained to be busy and we can't quiet our mind. That orchestra is playing with no conductor of our thoughts moving around. We need to quiet the mind and learn how to do this. And it doesn't mean shut it off completely, but be aware what thoughts are coming in that are worth looking more into or worth letting go. Anything negative, let it go. In those 15 minutes, only let those beautiful thoughts penetrate your heart, and envision your heart going out for others. I promise you, not only is this going to help us as a whole, but science has found out, and they did this experiment in 2008, I believe it was, where in the Panhandle, in the Gulf, they had a group of meditators focusing on the heart energy and focusing on compassion and love out for others, where they had an oil spill. And if there was a hurricane, it was during hurricane season, if a hurricane came through and actually hit the waters where that oil was, it would turn into a complete bomb if that came up in the air, and it would ignite. So these people meditated on love and protection to the planet, to the Gulf, and not a single hurricane. If you watch the patterns from that year, every hurricane did not hit landfall. They all turned before hitting landfall, and they realized the power of our heart as a whole, we need multiple people doing this together, can create enough loving vibration to push away anything that can harm, that is not of God. Okay? And I want us to try this. We have a lot of hurricanes showing up in places they never have before. In California, like, come on, guys. What can we do as doing our own part? Yeah, we may not be able to go to California and help them fix things, but we can work and fix ourselves, and our internal vibration and energy that we emanate from our heart out into this planet. Let that heart break from those thorns and let that fire burn. Reignite your soul to unlock humanity's potential. I know for a fact this message was divinely delivered to me, because this is what I'm being shown is necessary to truly change your life and mine and the planet and beyond, to infinity and beyond. And those of you who, you know, these UFOs that they're showing us, they're going to create fear for us in this media to make us feel fearful that our planet is being taken over and that now we have interplanetary war. That is not the case. I sat in my heart and heard the most beautiful message that they are not coming here because we are filled with too much anger and hate and evil, that if they came here, they know they would be destroyed. They have technology to destroy us, but that is not the purpose of their mission. Their mission is to show us love and compassion and the power of our hearts, because the sooner we focus on our hearts and we open up to the possibilities of being one nation under God full of love and connection, they'll be able to come and help us elevate our consciousness and share technology to change our planet and evolve the way we're supposed to. Evolution is supposed to be with consciousness. And we have been so stuck for so long, to military jets of training. Look at those guys. Woo, those are low. Wow, it's like, hold on, I don't know if you can see it. They're like in my backyard almost. We need to be the change we want to see. And I would love, please comment. I will. If you are on board with trying, just give it a shot and just know after 30 days, you will see a change in your energy, your own personal vibration, your emotions. You will find synchronicities, which are God's blessings of meaningful connections. And that is showing us that God is real. And science has proven, and this is what I love, religion without science would be boring. And science without religion would be obsolete. And it's true, we can marry the two rather than separating. And we all are one. Every religion has a piece of the truth. No one had the whole. Do you think God would give it all to one to control and have power over everyone? We all have a piece of the truth. And when we unite and listen to others, point of view, we will realize we all are on the same mission. And that mission is to bring love and harmony to this planet, to literally bring heaven on earth. And that is a vibration, a frequency. When we can raise our vibration as a planetary whole, I see this happening sooner than later if you guys all get on board and try this out. And we are going to go down in history as being the game changers who changed and elevated consciousness on this planet to one of peace and harmony, that the next generations to come for years, our kids' kids and their kids' kids are going to go, guys, grandma, how did you even live that way in such turmoil and anger and resentment for each other? Wow, I can't believe that was even on this planet, because we are living in such peace and harmony and love and connected as one, where honestly I see it coming to the point where we don't need to depend on this paper currency. Think of the indigenous people, the fear of, the economy is going to collapse, the dollar is going to go to zero. That could be a blessing if we all connect and realize the power is within us to manifest and co-create our desires to serve others, because we all have something to serve each other. And when we're in our heart space and we give it to God and we let it go, He will put the right people in places in divine timing in our place to fulfill our God-given mission that we will awaken to when we open our hearts. And I am getting ready to open up a community that will literally shift your vibration. I haven't decided the name. It hasn't come to me in a download of what this needs to be called, because I have a number of domains that will work perfect for this. But what if, for 15 minutes a day, not only can you quiet your mind, but you can remove stagnant energy in your body, which are emotions, okay? Deep down, so you may have some pain, shame, guilt, grief, any of those, fear. What if in 15 minutes I could show you a modality that can help you remove that from your body and let it go? And then that's opening up your energy to allow the blessings God wants to put in your life. But you're blocking them with that energy you're not letting go of. Well, there's a modality that I've been working with some clients on, and the results are profound. Literally being able to help people shift from a 10 anxiety to nothing in 15 minutes and going, oh my gosh, what was I even thinking? Like, I don't even remember why I was so anxious. We renew your mind. And Romans 12:2 states, don't conform to the patterns of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind to test the true will of God. And this vision and this modality was placed in front of me divinely, because I have witnessed it happen to the clients I'm working with. And the modality as a whole, the creator of this, had worked with people that had autism. There's so many beautiful people we've worked with that they're doing tests on autism. These kids that couldn't speak and would make noises, that's how autistic they were. And within 1 week, we're starting to form sentences by renewing the brain, remapping the neurons in their brain to connect, remove that energy block in their body to let that energy flow and allow that block to be gone. It's amazing. And then to be able to see this woman had cerebral palsy her whole life and was in a wheelchair, 95% blind. And in 1 week of working with her, she just posted a video on our community of her. She was in Utah hiking. She couldn't walk before. She's hiking with hiking sticks, and she has her vision back. Not saying that this was the only thing that happened, but she was able to remap her brain. She's doing it. We're not healing her. She's remembering who she is energetically, vibrationally, removing the stagnant blocks within our body, in our energy portals, our chakras. When we remove those and open up room for the heart is our healer. Jesus did this, and it's coming back as knowledge to people today to awaken to their true potential, that we are whole and complete. It's our thoughts and our emotions that are stuck that no one taught us how to fix. No one taught us how to remove them. This emotional intelligence was kept from us. And now there's so many modalities that can help do this, and there will be more coming. And it's so beautiful because we can heal ourselves when we vibrate at the proper frequency, the proper energy that is of healing nature. When we can reprogram our brain and get rid of all those negative thoughts, false beliefs that are hindering us of low vibration, and replace them with positive words of self-love, affirmation, and vibrating on a different frequency. Yes, we are. And Einstein and Tesla both were quoted saying, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, study energy, frequency, and vibration. Well, we all are energy, God's energy, vibrating at a different frequency. And when we can tune ourselves to that higher frequency of love, God is love, and that's at the 500 frequency, we can tune us. It's only 300 off of what our planet is now. And I know for a fact this modality has changed lives. I went to a retreat where I learned this modality, and almost everybody had their desire come to fruition before the end of the 4 days, because we removed that trauma. Four days of 8 hours a day of working this modality and clearing all of that. We were vibing so high that we allowed God to deliver those gifts that everybody wanted. One woman hadn't talked to her mother in years, and she worked on that mother trauma, that, resentment and anger in her heart, released it. And after all those years, without her reaching out to her mother called her while she was on that retreat with us and apologized for the way she had treated her and just wanted to tell her she loved her. How beautiful of a gift is that? These are things that are miracles that we thought would never happen, but they are not. It should be the norm, but our frequency and vibration of this planet right now is in fear. We're in pride. We're at a low vibration, and it's our job as a whole to raise this vibration. And I want to see miracles bestowed upon every single one of you, and it is totally possible. So if you are interested in hearing more about this, I haven't built out anything. I got the vision last night that I need to move forward on it, and I'm actually going next week for a training in San Diego to really dig in deeper on this modality so I can serve at even a higher level than I already am. And I want to bring this to you all because I know this is going to be transformative and something that you will notice an instant change within 15 minutes in your life. What if you could remove some of that pain or anger or grief or resentment that you've been holding on to? That is what we're going to do to change. And guys, discovering how to be the change we want to see in this world, it's in our hearts. We have to open up our hearts. We have to heal our hearts first. Yeah, it sounds great. Open them. Well, I've got so much pain and, trauma, PTSD. Well, guess what? This modality that I'm going to be sharing with everybody, once I get this going and I hear more people are interested in hearing what is potentially out there, I want to bring this to everybody. And that's the mission of my Heart and Soul Project, is to open hearts, reignite souls, to unlock humanity's potential. And it all starts within. Know thyself. Know how we're vibrating out in this world. And when we can vibrate at a higher frequency and emanate our electromagnetic field of our heart, that is what's going to change this planet. Our heart, we all have a heartbeat, and that's how we're connected, is through our hearts. And when we can synchronize our hearts, rather than being so off kilter, our hearts are beating at such a random frequency. No one is vibrating at the same level. And guys, I want to give a little tip that you can do right now. If you have someone that you hug, okay, hug them on, so your heart is connected to their heart. So I always reach now to the right. We've been taught in this Western world to hug to the left. When we hug to the right, which is uncomfortable at first, you are heart to heart. This is the magic. When we hold a hug for 20 seconds or more, it takes at least 20 seconds, your heart will synchronize. Your beats will become one. And one movie that this is portrayed in, which is one of my favorite movies, is the Troll movie, where Poppy shares this, and they sing and they harmonize their hearts as one. If you notice, their hearts are lit up. It's synchronizing the hearts, and it's being in the heart space at the same time. And I want to build this community of people that we show up with love, and we do these meditations and breath work and this cogno connection to help us remap our brains to be of love. We need to renew our minds in order to test the true will of God. Romans 12:2. That's what keeps being spoken to me. And not conform to the patterns of this world. When we can do that as a whole, and we get enough people to connect this way and know that we make a difference by working on ourselves, where when you work on yourselves, those people that are annoying you around you, they are going to naturally change because your frequency is going to be vibing differently. They're going to have to raise to that vibration. You're going to lift them up. It's like you're putting a hand out, lifting them up to be at that same vibration as you. And when we do that, each one serves one. Watch how this planet is going to change. I see it so beautifully clear of the peace and harmony and heaven on earth that we are going to bring. But guys, it starts with you. It starts with you centering your focus on your heart. Just breathe into your heart. Breathe in the future. Let go of the past. Focus on love. Loving your neighbor as yourself. And we need to learn how to love ourselves before we can truly love that neighbor. So I'm asking you to focus on when you're going out onto the road and you're driving and someone cuts you off, send them compassion and love and say, I hope you get to your destination safe. Because if we don't do this for one another and sending love rather than going, oh, what'd you do? You cut me off. Well, you literally let them steal your energy, your life force, because they irritated you. You gave your power away. Instead, send them love and watch how it will come back to you. Because you know what? When we do that, we are making a huge planetary shift. The shift is real. It takes one heart and soul at a time to awaken. And when we get 1% of the population of this planet to do this, we will literally shift the frequency and energy. The poles will shift, and we will have peace, love, and harmony. We will have laughter and joy. You will watch. Life will change, and it's on its way, but it starts with us. And I hope some of you are hearing this message and are truly picking up that vibration and that frequency going, I feel it. I feel there's something in the air, and it's heavy. But you know what? We have to come over that. Don't let them fear you with these viruses that they are saying are coming back. It is attracted through fear. Love conquers all. Our heart energy will keep us whole. Our breath work will build our immune system. Nothing can get through the heart. The heart is our shield. Wear that shield, that protection, and know you are safe, and don't fall victim to the fear. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would be doing it. But no, we are powerful beings, and we are meant to do this work. We knew we were coming here for this when we came to this planet in this lifetime. We knew it. We forgot our mission, and that's what put us against each other. But when we can connect in our heart space and love one another, we will truly be the change in history that is upon the making. We have two choices. We are given choices. God gives us choices. We have the choice to fall into the evil and let Satan win, or we can let love conquer all and say, no more. I once was blind, but now I see. I see what is going on, and this media is controlling the narrative. Let us control the narrative, because when we send out positive thoughts, like has to attract like, eventually, and I see this, soon politicians are not going to be able to rip each other to shred to win a debate. It's going to be the one who is the most compassionate and full of love is going to be shown as real because they're living from their heart, where those that are speaking nasty words to one another, humanity's going to go, wow, they're fake. They feel like the only way they can win is through force. No, power conquers all, and the power is in our hearts. Just as those images I showed you of Jesus and Mary that were of my grandmother's, it shows them having their heart radiating light with the cross and the fire. When we reignite our soul, the heart is the seat of the soul. When we reignite that, We are now taking our lives to the next level and choosing the choice of love to take over this planet, and nobody can stop the power of love. No evil force can get through, but it's our job to create that invisible force field, send love out into that quantum field, and watch what happens. I promise you, I've been doing this for a long time now, focusing on love, and the love that gets delivered back to me, the synchronicities that come back to me, the connections that are coming my way, the blessings bestowed upon me, the financial blessings coming to me, are coming to me in ways that only God could deliver. And when that happens, we know that we are in the right place at the right time, serving our purpose properly, not selling people. And I want to help people through those money blocks, help them serve with an open heart, because when we do that, network marketing can take a whole new shift to it's not of greed of, let me see how many people I can sign up and then, that's it. No, it's how many people can I serve and really truly make a difference in their life, because that change is what is necessary on our planet. We need to lift each other up rather than compete. We need to connect and serve together rather than be divided. We've been divided from day one. What political party are you, Republican or Democrat? Why do we have to choose one side or the other? Why can't we all love and be one nation under God? And when I say the Pledge of Allegiance, I hear it so strongly where I'm like, okay, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'm saying that, and that's not truth. And I'm wondering, was this created for us to say, continuously when we were in schools, and they removed it from schools, most of them, my son's private school still says it, and they do it in Spanish and English every single day. And it's to ingrain in our subconscious mind that this is the potential we're working towards, is to be one nation under God. I have a vision of these, yes, the borders are going to fall and we're all going to work together as one. We are going to not judge someone because they live here or there, or not let people, we are all human beings. We are all human. We are not animals. You don't cage them. We need to love. And I had a real big epiphany the other day. One last thought I want to add. My son and husband went to Orlando today they're going for the soccer game to see Messi play. Well, Messi injured himself a few days ago, and my husband put his hands in his head and was just shaking his head. And I said, Zach, send love to him right now. Because I feel I know what thoughts are going on in this world. I could pick up that energy of everybody going, oh no, he's not going to play in the championships. He's not going to play at this game. Oh man, I bought tickets and now he's not going to play. We're literally treating him like an animal to perform for us, rather than sending love and compassion and going, please, please, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so grateful now that Messi's ankle is being healed, that he is going to get his strength back and serve his gift when he is ready. And hopefully he can, play in that championship game, because that would mean a lot to him to be able to play and win. So please, God, thank you, God, for healing and helping. And when more people, instead of going, oh man, I bought tickets and that's the only reason why I was going, and changed it to love, imagine how fast he could heal, because prayers cause miracles. And when we pray together, and imagine how many people follow Messi in soccer, football, how many people could help him heal faster, sending love rather than anger and pain and, I'm angry, I just spent money, now he might not play. That's not the way to serve. And we've been taught to expect people to do, someone was like, oh, well, he gets paid millions of dollars, so that's the price he pays. He didn't sell his soul. He gets paid because he serves with his, gift of excitement and joy, and that's his passion. And we should respect that and send love back. So whenever you find yourself getting angry over someone or something, send them love, because it's like a boomerang. Eventually it's going to come back to you. Like attracts like. So if you're sending out something, it's going to find a way to come back. When we consciously and use our awareness to live life with intention, everything will change. And there's many ways you can start realizing this by journaling it. Maybe some don't want to journal. Just be aware of what's around you. And if something comes at you that is not of a positive nature and you're like, oh, all right, what's the message in this mess? When we use our intuition and we ask these questions, we will be given an answer, but too many times we don't ask. We have guides and angels and God available to us all the time. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door will be open to you. How many people are truly living the Bible? We're reading the word, but we're not seeing the true symbolism or parable that's in there or meaning behind it to act on what we are reading. Not just read it and think of it as historical. There's more to the Bible than can meet the eye. And that's when people go, wow, when you awaken to this beautiful gift we're given, once I was blind, but now I can see. And when we all do our part to see the beauty in every moment, even if it's at its lowest. And I spoke to a friend today, a dear friend, hadn't talked to him in a while, and his life is not going how he would have wanted or planned. And he's like, one thing after another, it's like, knock me down, knock me down. He said, you know what? I know that God has a plan for all this, because there's no other reason why all of this would be happening at once. You know, a separation, and then not having a place to go, and then finally going somewhere outside of his home area to stay somewhere else with a family member, and this and that. And he goes, I know I'm being led. And you know what? Knowing how to survive when you had everything, millions, and then to go to nothing and have to start over, you have to depend on God, not your own doings. We have to stop taking the wheel of our lives and controlling and going, oh, I need money. All right, I'm going to get this job, and I'm going to get this job. I got 3 jobs. All right, now I'm going to force hustle. That is not going to help us. We need to go within. The kingdom of God is within, and we need to go within our hearts and ask, what is the message in this situation? And I want to give you guys one tool that really helps us. I did this with my girlfriend yesterday, and she was like, whoa, so much came up. So what I want you to do is I want you to move your eyes. We're going to move your eyes. Our eyes are so powerful where it actually can turn on parts of our brain depending on where our eyes are. When we look up, that's our creative. Down, those are the emotions. So I want you guys to try this. Move your eyes slowly like a snail around in a circle. And when you feel them jump, I don't know if you could see my eye jump there. It jumps. It's not a smooth transition. So where you have that jump, that means there's something hidden there that is in us being blocked. So you ask, what is there? What am I supposed to see? Sit there quietly and just wait for a thought, a vision, and it will be something we need to work on, or something we haven't done, or some idea that can take us to that next level. And then you continue up. Let me snooze this. And then you move around and you continue up. There was a jump glitch there. What is it that you want me to see? Wait for the message. Feel it. What is the sensation? You may get a sensation. What is that sensation? And say, that feeling is okay. Thank you. I acknowledge you. I see you. And we'll work on this together. And you're talking to your higher self in a sense, and you're going around, and you'll notice by the time you get all the way around and do it again, you'll see that your eyes will start going smoother, but you're turning on different parts of your brain that is giving you information and insight. Your intuition, you're turning on. You're like going back online, because they say we only use 10% of our brain. Watch how you turn on parts of your brain. It is so powerful. I did this with my girlfriend yesterday and brought her through this practice, and she was like, whoa. She found so many things that were blocking her from her true potential that now she knows what she can work on. And as she works on those, more blessings will be bestowed upon her. So try that eye exercise and just quiet your mind. Move your eyes up. There was a glitch. It jumped. When your eye can move smooth around a circle up, there was a jump there. Do it slow like a snail. So you're going like a little millimeter every, so small, so slow. Watch what you find. It's such a beautiful exercise, and make sure you're breathing while you're doing it, not holding your breath the whole way. You need to let that oxygen flow through to your brain. This is a little hidden trick to unlock and turn your brain online. We are like a technology. It's been offline and your emotions may be stuck. If you want to know what is hidden, it's there. You may see people. You go, oh, that part, yeah, I know I've got some emotional issues, some trauma to heal there. Or, oh yeah, I need to get that done. I'm procrastinating on that. And you'll see so many things. So guys, try that out. And if you can do yourself any good today, sit down, quiet your mind, breathe into your heart the future, and blow out the past. And watch how that can help relax your nervous system, your parasympathetic nervous system, and your heart will start emanating more magnetic frequency that you'll be doing good not only for yourself, because you will be able to attract those beautiful thoughts and desires of yours faster when you open up your heart. That is the key. That is the doorway. Here's the last tip I'm going to leave before I sign off. Make sure every day you start your day with an attitude of gratitude. If you want blessings and miracles, joy is the key, and feeling is the secret. You need to feel it in your heart. Your heart is another sense, the emotional sense that we have never been taught. And when you open your heart, watch the miracles become flooding down on you. And it takes time to build that magnetic frequency if you've had your heart shut. Doing this for 30 days, I promise you, everybody I've done this with, it has worked. They have miracles show up non-stop within a few days, weeks, and then by the end of the month they go, I don't even know who I am now. I am a whole new vibrant version that I'm attracting miracles and synchronicities every single moment of my day, and I am now a vessel to go out and do God's work, which is serve from our hearts. And that serving doesn't mean you have to get another job. That means go out into the world with a positive, high vibration from your heart. You are doing the planet more good than you could if you were going out making $1 million to just donate. Our heart is the key to open up the new frequency to bring heaven on earth. So on that note, guys, I hope those of you who stayed to the end, you're with me. You're picking up what I'm putting down. And please try this out. And if you do this, I can't wait to hear what happens. So please put in the comments, Heart and Soul Project, if you're willing to take this project on for yourself, of focusing on your heart, reigniting your soul to unlock humanity's potential, because it starts with one, but when one heart radiates that light, it becomes contagious. All right, guys, have a blessed day. I will catch you guys later, and I love you guys. And stay beautiful. Make today the best day ever. Adios.